Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome everybody to the Aspiring Authors Lab Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you have had a fantastic weekend. I certainly enjoyed my weekend, catching up with old friends and everything. And, it's just so refreshing to get with your friends and talk a while and reminisce about things and plan for the future. It was just so relaxing and refreshing. So I hope you also had a fantastic weekend. But for those of you who don't know me, I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, your number one inspirational book coach. And I have taught hundreds of women how to write their books and be successful and generate that revenue from their expertise and their education. And that's something that I enjoy teaching other people to do. And I can teach you to do that also, okay? So hit the share button and don't forget to share this video out with your friends. And what we're going to talk about for this month is building self confidence for authors. And that is something that's very important. Ladies, this is what we are all about here at the Aspiring Authors Lab, building you up to see your value so you can write your book and release your brilliance. That's what it's all about. You know, so many times as I'm standing before women, I notice that their heads are hung down and they have this far off look in their eyes because they can't see themselves being prosperous. And that happens to so many people. They can't see themselves being prosperous. They'll say, or they'll agree when, you tell them something and they hear that you're saying something that's, according to writing the book and their books and how much money could be made. But, and they'll agree. They may even say something, but it's not for them. Okay, it's not for them. It's not for themselves. They could see everybody else, but they can't see themselves. They may even could see, their friend doing something, or they see you doing something, but they can't grasp it for themselves. And this is a real issue. This is a real issue. If you pay attention, you'll see this, okay? And it may even be you. It may even be you. But I want to encourage you today that you are brilliance. You are brilliance. And if you just give yourself an opportunity to hear what you need to do, you could come out of this. You could come out of this. Achieving your goals builds self-confidence, and it brings feeling of success and happiness, right? When you achieve your goals, you see how much money that you can make writing a book. Some people, they fail to see this. They may see it for others, they hear others, but they can't see it for themselves. Now I want you to listen to this. What if the book that you wrote hit the bestsellers list and you suddenly sold thousands of copies? Is that possible? Yes, it is. It's possible. Now, listen, look at this scenario. You have not only properly marketed your book, but you have been written up by major and popular magazines. You have done numerous guest appearances on TV or radio, and you held many book signings where you sold out of your books completely. Now you can finally quit your day job. What would that do to your home life? Think about that. I want you to see it. What would that mean to your family? Could you handle that? Could you? Now, if that's what you're worried about, do not allow that to keep you from writing your book. Okay? I know no one has probably taught you any better where you could hear the words to begin your faith journey. Okay? You must hear words. I'm going to tell you this. You must hear words in order to step forward. You must hear words to step forward. And as a result, people remain stuck and they are afraid no matter what they want for themselves. Because you may want something real bad, but you can't obtain it because you haven't heard the words to give you that courage to step forth. That's very important. That's very important. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I once knew this lady who was highly talented, y'all. She was talented with her hands because she designed all of these fantastic clothes and scarves. I mean, beautiful, beautiful. And people would buy them. And it's not because, she had the initiative to ask for the sale, but because people would see her work and inquire. But instead, she was comfortable with her day job, making the bare minimum, where she had talent to make thousands of dollars, if not millions. And that's another teaching right there. Because, people fail to see that. And you closer to your millions than you even thought. But that comes with planning. That's another thing that I teach about planning. Because sometimes these things, when I talk about thousands, I talk about millions of dollars, people think that's so far off for them that they can't, obtain that. But with a simple plan, yes, you can. Because you're so close. You're so close. But let me get back to this about self-confidence. Now, with this lady, you must understand that she was trapped behind fear of success. She had low self-confidence and she failed to see her value. She failed to see it. And how many of y'all that may have affected? It may be you. You fail to see your value. When she was asked a price of something, she didn't know how much to charge. She didn't know. She had become so comfortable in her day job that she neglected to take responsibility for her own success. And how many people does that happen to? How many people does that happen to? Sometimes people get to the point of allowing someone else to dictate their success because they're afraid. They're not only afraid of success, put it this way, they're also afraid of failure because those two work hand in hand. And where does all of this stem from? But a lack of self-confidence, y'all. A lack of self-confidence. Think about this. What if you wrote your very best work? You stayed disciplined, you tweaked it, you edited it, and all the other things to make your book the best it can possibly be. And a few people buy your book. Are you going to be disappointed? I want you to hear me and hear me well. That doesn't mean that your book is not good. It just means that maybe your marketing, you should try a different method. Now, don't ever quit or stop promoting your book, but learn different ways to help you generate revenue for your book. Hire a coach. You can take an online book coaching class or purchase marketing books for authors. But do something. But don't give up. Let me tell you, fear of success is more prevalent than a fear of failure. Because when you fear failure, you are really not expecting anything to happen. You're not doing anything to help yourself or the bare minimum. Whereas when you have a fear of success, you sabotage your own success to create things to cause yourself to go into a downward spiral. That's what happens. Collaboration, I'm going to tell you, is a wonderful thing, ladies. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I'm going to tell you why, okay? Sometimes You just have to look around and pay attention to your sphere of influence and create something to uplift them. Create something to uplift them. We got to think beyond ourselves. Think beyond yourself. Because in that, there's something for you also. This low motivation and this lack of self-confidence has plagued people for a long time. But with this pandemic, it has become worse. And you see it on a different scale. You see it at a different level. But always remember this. When you lift up others, you get lifted up. So be selfless. Be selfless. Opportunities are everywhere. So why not start with the people who are in your connection and you expand from there? That's something that, all of us could do. And that's something that I enjoy doing. I love collaboration. I love networking. I love meeting new people. Y'all, I'm going to tell you. If you ever have a down day and you're feeling, you know how it comes and you feel so, out of it or whatever, just get around people. Ladies, let me tell you. There are people that will approach me with an idea for a book, and that's all. Just an idea. Low self-confidence and lack of knowledge of book writing should never keep you from writing your own book. Never. There's no shame in investing in yourself to overcome those challenges. Those challenges that, have kept you stagnated or stuck in a place. You can move from there. You can move from that place. You could do this because you're smart and you have everything you need to be successful. But I'm going to tell you one thing. You have to believe in yourself. And you have to believe that you could do it. That it's possible for you. Your believing comes from, with you being taught. This is how your believing comes. By you being taught by the right people who have the knowledge and experience under their belt. And they could pour into you the know-how and the energy to make it happen for you. You have to believe that. Because this is a pivoting moment for you. I remember when I was laid off twice, back to back, through no fault of my own when the housing market went bust. And I had to rely on my hobby, which was writing. That was my pivoting moment. Something that no one could take away from me. You have something on the inside of you that no one could take away from you. It's for you. No one could ever take your experience, your expertise, your know-how away from you. No one. Because you have a passion inside. You have treasure inside. You have brilliance on the inside of you. I took what was in my hands, and which was my passion, like I said, my hobby, writing my books. I wrote my books, and then I turned that into writing books for others. And then I turned that into coaching others to, write their own books. And it's constantly continuing. It's constantly continuing because I have things going on right now. Okay? Right now that continues to move me into areas. But I'm open to it. I'm open to it. Why? Because as I continue to go forward, I'm continue to expand my mindset. And as I do what it was in my heart, it continues to open doors for me. I had a great door that was open for me just this past weekend. And you have to be in place to receive those things. But if you're stagnated, if you're just sitting there, if you just have an idea, it's not never going to open for you. But as you walk forward and do the things that's in your heart, doors will open for you. Great doors. You know, I turned my passion of writing into a viable business. And if it's possible for me, it's possible for you too. To create your own revenue. And why I say revenue and not income, there's a difference, okay? Income is where you have to keep working to achieve something. But revenue, you write your book one time and the money keeps coming. It keeps coming. And it opens up into streams of income if you know how to do it right. But you just can't sit there and hope and wait and wish and pray. You just can't sit there. That's why a lot of people are sitting there and they may have written a book and they have books, packed in boxes, either in their garage or attic or the trunk of their car, and the book's not doing nothing for them. It's not doing anything for them. Fear comes from looking through the wrong end of the telescope. That's where fear comes from. It also comes from other people. Because they're negative, they can't see. They feed that into you and you believe it. But what you need a wider view. A wider view to see your possibilities. I'm going to tell you, it's possible. It's possible, ladies. It's possible. You don't have to sit there and hang your head down, because you have what it takes to make not only your thousands, but your millions. But your millions. And if you stick with me long enough, you'll be moving in that direction also. You'll be moving there. So I want you to come meet me on a Zoom meeting. It's only a 15-minute discovery call. I would like to meet you and, encourage you, inspire you to move into your writing journey, because it's a very lucrative journey. Okay? It's a very lucrative journey. You just can't look around and see what your friend did, your girlfriend did, this one did, and it's not working for them. You're responsible for your own success. Concentrate on you. Concentrate on moving in the direction of your passion. Okay? Concentrate on that to generate that revenue that you need for your household. And at the same time, build a legacy for, your children and your children's children. So, with that being said, I'd like to thank you for joining me today on the Aspiring Authors Morning Show, the Aspiring Authors Lab Morning Show, okay? And don't forget to share this broadcast out with your friends. And again, that link is bit.ly Generate Revenue 2021 for that 15-minute discovery call with me. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. Don't forget, always remember, this is your time, this is your season, this is your turning point. So have a great rest of the day.